let you know how it's all going, but also just to unpack a little bit of, I guess, what the plan is and where we're going at the moment. Project 21 is a journey through metabolic health. And so the whole idea with that is it's not a weight loss program, although that may be some of the outcome. I'm looking to lose a little bit of weight, but that's not the goal. That will be the outcome. The whole idea of it being a metabolic journey is to pull in a bunch of different things that are going to help me improve metabolism and health overall. And I'll be unpacking what all that means, because I know that sometimes it's like, well, what even is metabolism? One way to explain it, I guess, or one key concept that I was talking to my wife Leanne about just the other day, is that in doing a journey through metabolic health to improve a range of things, like activity, like sleep, like stress, like blood sugar levels, as we navigate some of those things, because I carry a little bit of extra weight, I'm likely to lose some weight. But Leanne, who's fairly trim, is possibly going to put on some weight through that. So can you see that as we deal with a metabolic health, as we deal with what's going on the inside, and raise some of the areas that can improve in order to be healthy, our body's weight will find its healthiest place. For me, that's probably dropping a few kilos, and for Leanne, maybe building up a few kilos. So the weight that we carry, which is a huge goal for heaps of people, we're in January, and so many people have set this New Year's resolution, I want to lose weight. But the weight that we carry is the result of the choices that we constantly make. And if those choices are healthy, then the weight that we carry is going to be the healthy weight. And so if you're looking to shed a few kgs, then doing a metabolic journey will help you get to your healthy weight. And so if you're above it at the moment, which a lot of people are, you may come down. But if you're below weight, maybe things will move up. So this is what we're talking about with metabolic health. It's not a weight loss journey, but it is a journey to get healthier. Project 21 is all about this whole year, 2021, and it's all about a journey of constant healthy choices, not a journey of like quick fixes and let's just get in there and do something and see what happens. You know as well as I do that most people, by the end of January, their New Year's resolutions are well and truly gone. So this is not just a New Year's resolution fad, but this is a journey through. One of the things I'll be talking about is 21 in 21, like hashtag 21 in 21. And so for me, part of that is an outcome of being healthy, that maybe I'll drop 21 kgs. And so that is where I think my healthy weight is. Believe it or not, I'm probably carrying about that much, that 20 kilos too much. But as I said earlier, it's a journey of health, not just of weight loss. So we're looking to see what healthy habits we can add. I'm going to break down for you and talk through a little bit of the mechanics of this, what this year looks like. And again, for you joining along and watching the journey, I guess hopefully there can be something that triggers some interest for you, something that's inspiring, and maybe some areas that you can look at changing around and improving as well. And so during this year, please be engaged. If you want to be in the Facebook groups and the Facebook community, that's where a lot of discussion will happen. I'll be here to answer questions and to unpack some things. And so if this triggers different thoughts for you, let's do it together. There's nothing to buy. There's no sales pitch. There's nothing like that. It's just a journey, my personal journey, that if you want to come along for the ride and see what you can glean from it, then brilliant. Let me unpack what it's going to look like for this whole year so you can get a bit of a scope. Whenever I teach, whenever I do something like this, in my mind, I form a map. Because if I have a map, then even if things get a little bit off course, I can navigate my way back and say, oh, this is where I should be going. That's what the map was telling me. Of course, on the journey, the map may change a little bit, but let me unpack for you the map of what Project 21 is going to look like so you can see kind of what's involved. Let me come across to here, and hopefully you're going to pick up my iPad here. So in terms of mapping out Project 21, here's what it's going to look like. If we start off and just break the year into six segments there. This is the six segments, and let me just color them in for you just so you can see where they fit. 1, 2, 3. And then over here. 1, 2, 3. These are the 6 areas that we're going to be looking at. And given that the month is 12, the year is 12 months long, we're actually going to walk through these 6, and then we're going to repeat them again. And let me show you what they are. So the first area that we're going to be talking about up in this area is mindset, or the mind. Really, really crucial, I feel, in doing a journey is to get our minds right. Why are we doing it? What's it for? What outcomes are we looking for? Because again, you've probably experienced, and I certainly have, is that as we do these sorts of journeys, whatever it is, it's really easy to get back off track, to get off track, and it's hard to get back on track. It's hard to sort of say, why am I doing this? Or could I be bothered doing that? Or this is a long haul. This is a year-long journey. And so getting the mindset right behind any change that we want to make is absolutely critical. And so this month for me, it's all about getting my mindset right. There's a few habits that I'm already employing. There's different things that I'm tracking and looking at so that I can navigate how I'm going. But mostly it's me just laying down the mindset. Why would I bother doing this? Where am I going with all this? In this month too, January, I'm also looking at the mechanics, like how's this actually going to form? Because if we don't think through those things on any journey you want to do, whether it's a health journey or whether it's a relational journey or a work journey or whatever it might be, if we don't have a map and the mechanics laid down, sometimes it is really easy to get off course and hard to get back on course. And so the first month is mindset. We're looking at the mind and all of those sorts of things. As we move down to the second month, we're going to be looking at another M, and that is movement. A crucial part of being healthy and boosting our metabolic health is movement, activity, exercise, those sorts of things. This is not going to be an exercise prescription like we have to do this much and those sorts of things, but it's going to be looking and tweaking, saying, well, how much is ideal for me? What time of the day is the best time to exercise? That's a crucial question that not a lot of people sort of ask themselves or look at. And what really is the best type of exercise? We're going to be looking at activity trackers and those sorts of things, and to see where that fits. But there's some really cool research that's now available, which is not just talking about step counting and activity counting, but actually metabolic output. I'm going to unpack that a little bit more as we go. But just think of it like this. You could take 10,000 steps in a day, and those 10,000 steps could be downhill, or those 10,000 steps could be uphill. Now, it's still 10,000 steps. Your activity tracker is still going to say, congratulations, you walked 10,000 steps today. But the difference in metabolic output, the difference in what it costs you, is going to be much, much higher in the place where you're walking uphill than where you're walking downhill. So steps alone or number of minutes alone is not the best way to measure movement and activity. It is a way, and it's a good way, but the best way is metabolic output. We're going to unpack that a little bit more as we go. As we move into February, we'll cover that off. That'll be part 2, movement. If we come down here to the bottom, the next thing we're going to look at is sleep. Sleep is crucial in terms of getting healthy. There's some good research out there that says that if you don't sleep enough, you will actually put on weight, not because you're consuming calories there or whatever, but your body is not recovering and restoring what it needs to. And so sleep is actually a critical part of metabolic health. And so with some of the tools we've got, there's ways to track sleep. And I think I've played with lots of different sleep tracking tools, and there's good ways and there's bad ways to track sleep. And so we're going to talk about those, but we're also going to be looking at what's good sleep, how does that rhythm sort of work, and why is it really important. Sleep tracking for me is one of the areas that I can already see a lot of different health factors that change when I know I get good sleep or when I don't get good sleep. So sleep is a really, really crucial part of this journey. As we move around, we're going to look at sugar. Sugar's really important. I mean, there's so much talk about nutrition and what foods to eat and what foods not to eat and all of this sort of thing. I actually think from a metabolic point of view, sugar is the biggest thing that shifts our metabolism and our health. There's talk about, and I'm going to pull out these actual stats and some of the research around that, But in the US alone, I think 2 in 3 people have a metabolic disease related to blood sugar related things. And so we're talking like pre-diabetes, and then all of the problems that come out, chronic conditions as a result of that. So that's 2 out of every 3 people have that. They've got one metabolic disease. And scary that 1 out of 3 people have more than one metabolic disease. So this is like, you know what, my nutrition's been bad, I've eaten too much sugar, my body doesn't know what to do with it because I'm not active enough, and now things are starting to break down and I've got these chronic health conditions. So sugar is a really, really important way to look at what's actually going on in the chemistry in the body and the way that we metabolize, and then that has a big impact on our sleep. It has a big impact on our stress, which is one of the next things we're going to talk about. And movement is a crucial lever to pull to change sugar. So there's a lot around sugar that we're going to talk about as we move in through the year. Moving up to the next section, we're actually going to talk about the importance of sunshine. Sunshine's crucial for so many things. We're in the middle of summer right now. It's fairly warm outside, and being out in the sun right now, what are we, nearly 3 o'clock in the afternoon, is pretty hard because the body's really going to potentially get burnt. We're going to get burnt. But I think we have sort of shunned sunshine. Try saying that quickly. We've shunned sunshine so much because of its dangerous effects that we're now missing the benefits of sunshine. So we're going to be talking about what the benefits are and how it benefits your sleep and how it benefits your health and how it benefits sugar metabolism and all of those sorts of things. But how to get healthy sunshine, when, what part of the day, how to get it, those sorts of things. So we're going to be talking about sunshine. And then as we move up into this last part, we are going to be talking about stress. And those of you who have checked in with me for a period of time and know my journey know that one of the things that I do is run a coaching business called Legacy Coaching that has a lot to do with what's going on in you when you get stressed. Stress is an enormous factor in our health and how things work. But really, when we look at these 6 different things, they are all enormous factors in our health. And so that's the reason that we're going to be unpacking them all. I'm just checking to make sure that you can all see that. If you're following me and you can't see that on the screen, it looks like we've had a little freeze there. That'll catch up at some time. I'll post this graphic up there too. These are the 6 parts that we're going to be working around. They're going to be mindset, movement. We're going to be looking at sleep, sugar, sunshine, and stress. The 6 different areas. And we're going to cycle through those. So January, we're looking at mindset. We're looking at how that all works. And next month, we'll move into movement and so on and so forth. By the second half of the year, we'll repeat it again. So there's a bunch of fun stuff in through there. As I said, this is a personal journey, but I'd love you to join me. I'd love you to join me and glean some information. I'd love you to ask questions, challenge me, push me, see how it's all working out for you. And if there's some things that you can implement into your life as a result of being on this journey, then that's fantastic. If it's just interest factor, that's fantastic too. And so this is Project 21. This is what we're going to be doing, what I'm going to be doing this year. And I'll be posting a bunch of different how it's going. You'll see different metrics that I'm putting up, different things like that. And essentially, my hope is that in 2021, that I find a level of metabolic health that is not just for this year, but that sets me up for the future as well. But that if you're on the journey too, you can really, really benefit. If you've got questions, post them below. Start firing them through. If you know other people who might benefit from watching this sort of thing and finding out how to get themselves healthier with things that you can do at home and set up a lifestyle around that, then fire those questions to me and recommend people follow this. Again, there's nothing to buy. There's no sales pitch. There's no course. There's no blah, 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 blah. It's just a matter of, hey, how can this help you? I'm here to help you as you sort of watch into my journey. Rightio, I think we did lose that screen, so I will make sure I post that up as I sort of do this into Facebook. This is Jonathan. This is Project 21. This month is all about mindset and mechanics. And so if you want to do this journey and you're here, start asking yourself, why would you do it? Why would you take the time? Why would you? What are you wanting to achieve out of it, and what's that going to look like for you? So this is getting our minds in the right place. I think I'll leave it there. We're about 15 minutes in. Hopefully this has been helpful. And this is Jonathan from Project 21. Have a good day, everyone. Ciao.